And get very, very
I'll go mute.
gentle meditation. Sit tall and try to sit in a position where your knees are in the same height as your hips. If you sit on Sukhasana, the knee tend to lift up. So that's why either you put your knees down or sit on towel or something which is a bit raised. Try to stretch your knees a bit wider by stacking your right heel on left heel. Wider position as well. Or you can also sit on this half lotus, so you can take your heels, the right feet on the top of your left. Sit on your half lotus, or I find this position much more relaxing, stacking your heels on top of each other. Take your focus from your toes, the knees, on your knees. Make it feel light. Melt on the mat. Hips are very heavy. The sit bone is sinking. Elongate your spine longer. Shoulders down. Either on the chin mudra or palms on the knees. Put the palm in the middle of your body. Chin down. Eyes closed.
Enough now. You don't want to do, don't do it. Don't behave like this.
While on this meditative pose, invoke your own personal mantra. With every breath in, chant your own mantra. Now, disconnect yourself from your thoughts, your ideas, your plans. In case they arise in your mind, just let it go. Don't chase anyone, don't chase any thoughts, any ideas. Don't process, don't retain. Just let it go by. Keep extending your breath in. Breathe out. In. Breathe out. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Breathe out. Hands on the chest. Thumbs to heart center. Chin down. Vocational opening mantra to our gurus. Om Gyanatirandasya Gyanajanam Shalakaya Chakshurumrita Yena Tasmai Shri Gurudeva Namaha Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Chaitanya Chakraya Namo Namaste. Deep breath in. Chant Om. Come to your third eye. Down, go down. Set your intentions for today's practice. Thank yourself for arriving on the mat. Eyes closed, eyes open. Take a hand to the side and deep breath in. Take a hand up, look toward the ceiling, look the thumb, take it down. Hands up. Down. Energizing your body and opening your spine and chest. Down. Right hand on the left hand and right knees and twist. Twist from your navel, not from your upper body. Look your gaze to the back of the room. Pulling the right knee from the left hand and twisting. Breath. And the right hand and left knee and twist towards the left. Down. Come to all four, tabletop. Mindful cats and cows. Tuck your toes and come to cow. Head up, hips up, chest down. Hands exactly in the middle of your fist. Cat. Like a wave, get cow. Back. Cow. Cat. Deeper and deeper rounding of your spine. Opening the chest, head up and tail one up. Cow, cat. Tuck your toes and then to your down facing dog. Your knees are bent. Walk your dog to the left and right. Just lay on your body. The right heel is down. Take your head close to the mat. Left knee is bent, pushing the mat from both the palms. Get into deeper stretch. Lifting your hip bone up. Stand left feet down. Right knee bend. Mat. Push the mat. The mat. One, two more before we come on to you. Now come to stationary down facing dog. Just observe your body from your toes to your palm. Observe breathing. Straight leg, keep walking to the front of the mat. Bend your knees. Again, take your chest to the thighs. Bend as much as necessary. Wrap your hand behind your knees and in between your knees. Let your hand loose. Wrap it around gently. And straighten your knees. Use this pose to open your hips. Each breath. Straighten your knees, head hanging down. Crown of the head is towards the ground. Release your hand. Control mindfully, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then so rotate your shoulder, forward, chin down, up, down, up, sideways. Surya Namaskar, nice time, few rounds. Every time, thinking your hips or opening your chest. Take deeper bend to the chest. In, down. Breathe in, hands up, bend back. Take your gaze to the back of the room. Extend your hand behind your ears. Forward fold, stand back. Bend your knees. You need to try to take your fingers to the mat. Bend your knees and take your palms to the mat. Straighten your knees. You need to back palm. Right feet back 4.5 feet. Right knee down. Plant your palms next to your toes. Look forward. Extending your back so that your thighs and your chest are not sinking on each other. So open your chest out, flat hands. High plank. Down facing dog. High plank. Right feet forward with 2 palms. Left knee down. Extend your hands. Reach up and open your chest to the ceiling and keep sinking your hips. Sinking, take your palms next to your ears. Gaze the back of the room. Plant your hands. Lift your toes. Lift your knee. Feet coming next to each other. Forward fold. And up. To the chest. Now. Up, bend back. Forward fold. Bend your knees and you can flatten your palms and then straighten your knees. Left leg go back. Left knee down. Go to palms next to your toes. Lift up, sink your hips. Extend your lunge. Down facing dog. High plank. Knees just touching down. Facing dog. Pushing the mat from your palms and sinking your hips down and taking the chest in between arms. Down facing dog. Right leg coming between your palms. Lift me down. Lift your hips up. Bend back. Very, very mindfully sink your hips down and straighten up behind your ears. Take your gaze to the back of the room. Open your chest. Sinking, keep sinking. Back palms. Left knee lifts up. Left knee meets right. Feet in front. Bring forward. Again, flatten your palms and then straighten your knees. Up. Forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands up, bend back. Forward fold. Flatten your palms, bend your knees and straighten your knees. Right feet go back, 4.5 feet, right knee down. Go to palms by the left feet, extend. Try to take your knees ahead of your toes on the left. Flatten your palms, sink your hips, and look forward, look up. Try to take your chest out from your thighs. Down facing dog. Lifting your hips, head close to the ground. High plank. Knees just touching down. Cobra. In the Cobra, both the elbows are bent and then lifting your chest, extending from your back, extending the lower back. Down facing dog. Stand left leg come forward, right knee back. Lift your hands up. First, you sink your hips by taking the knees front ahead of your toes. Extend your hands up, both hands next to your ears, and then you bend back. Open your chest. Keep looking back. Simply take your knees forward and forward. Hands down. Back up. Right knee lifts up. Right feet come in. And then lift the left feet. Again, back in your palms. Take your head close to the knees. Hands up. Good chest. In. Out. Again, extend your hands. Bend back. Forward fold. Bend your knees. Flatten your palms and then straighten your knees. Left leg go back. 4.5 feet. Let me down. Flatten your palms. Lean forward, sink your hips, try to take your knees ahead of your toes. Look up, sinking, keep extending. Now sitting down, lift your hips up and head close to the mat. Take your heels down. Bang. Knees just touching down. Upward facing Cobra. Down facing dog. Right feet in between your palms. Left feet down. Left knee down. Up. Keep taking the knees forward and upper body back and back. Back. Sinking your hips a bit more. Back palms. Your feet and then between the right feet. In. Straight, palm flat. Up. And back. We'll do one more left and right, but one breath, one movement. So not going to stop. Take the deep. Hands up. Pull. Take it back. Transition down. High plank. Astanga. Upper facing dog. Down facing dog. Right leg forward. Hands up. Hands down. Feet back, come to the front. Hands up. Last one, breathe out. Up. Forward. Legs back, left leg back. Now facing dog. Plank. Stand up. Cobra. Now facing dog. Left leg forward. Up. And down. Keep forward. Hands up. Normalize the breath. Find the tail. Take your right feet to the side. Extend your feet. Come to your goddess pose. Extend your toes out, heels in. Take a wider stand. Both elbows onto the knees. And then wider stand. Each breath, push your knees out and sink your hips in. We're going to be in this pose for at least few minutes. Keep sinking and stretching. Your inner thigh should be parallel to the ground. Keep using the elbow to push the knee out and sink the hip in. Try to push some weight on your toes and your heels to release any tension on your hips. Keep sinking. Each breath keep sinking. Ujjayi breathing. Now hold your ankles and then push it through your knees and sink a bit more. Stick your knees. Oh, then take your heels behind knees. Heels behind your knees. Extend your leg and then take your hands and then take your hand behind your hand. Clasp your hand and sink forward. Keep extending. Breath. Sink forward. Take your head down to the mat. Use your hand as a lever. Push the weight on the outer side of your feet. Both the knees are straight. Take your hand further to the front. And the waist as you stand up. Control. This time we will do our Skandasana. So take your left toes outside 45 degrees. Left heel inside and straighten. Take your hands with control. Lean towards your left side. Use your palms if you need to. And then sink your hips to the left side. Use your towel underneath your toes, underneath your heels. So flat feet, left side on this Skandasana. The right feet is flat. Use your hand as a balance, but keep sinking your hips. Now take your right toe to the ceiling. Use your core to straighten your back. Use your hand to balance your weight. Put your towel under your heels. Sink your hip down.
Oh.
Use your hand, come back. Now Skandasana on the right side, so 45 degrees. Use your hand, come back. Left feet is flat, straight. This Skandasana on the right. Again, your left feet is toe is flat. Use your weight. Keep sinking your hips. Use your towel under your heels. Then with control, lift your left toe to the ceiling. Keep pulling the toes towards your face. Back, control to the center, and gradually transition into your child pose. First, well-deserved child pose. See, wiggle your hips, wiggle your knees, your body, and then sink your head. Stretch your lower back. Stretching your lower back. Then with control, forward as we needed our down facing dog. Anything from your knees, from your hips. Keep stretching your head down to the mat. Take your right feet up to the ceiling and then transition this in between your hand. Drop it. In case it doesn't happen, use your hand to pull it forward between your palms. Left foot down, untuck your toes, and sink your hips. Enjoy this pose. Each breath, trying to take your knee forward, bend your hip down. And one more breath. Get your balance right. Put both the palms up on your knees and stretch your palm, stretch your hand. Okay, sink your hips down a bit more. Flexible people should see their knees in front of the toes. Keep focusing at one point straight and extend your chest. Open your arms. Now twist towards left to right. Take your left hand up. Take it to the outside of your knees. Both palms on top. And then push the palms against each other with intention to bring thumb to the chest. Forward. Look back.
I'm trying to do exercise, please.
Okay. Leaning forward, pushing the mat from the toenails. The back feet, keep extending forward. Down, both hands down on the mat. This time, first you lift your left hand up, And down, your right hand, and then twist. Take your right hand, show your chest to the ceiling. Take your right hand towards the left. Don't dump all your weight on your left hand. Open the chest and just a bit more. Again, lift your chest. Don't dump your weight on your arms. Just a bit more. Come down. Both the hands again. This time use your right hand on your right knee and then open the knee out with your big toe lifting. The entire weight is on the side of your toe. Straighten your hands. Sink. Sink and push the knee down. You can come to your elbow if that helps. Knee down. Just be mindful of your ability. Just not doing damage, all fine. Again, go very, very gentle, put the hands in between. Choice. This may be good enough. Lean forward, don't hurt your knees. Keep your feet wider outside the mat if that helps. Take your left elbow down, right elbow down. Sinking, head close to the mat. Take your hips as close as possible to the mat. Head to the mat. Deep breath and you come back without anything. Same position. And this time you bend. Take your towel to protect your left knee. Then bend your left feet. Swing your right hand by the side. Hold the toes. Pull this knee. Pull the heels close to your butt. Get the elbow down. Sink. You're moving your bend from not from your knee, but at least an inch further up. Breathing. Keep pulling these hip heels to meet your hips. Release. Pigeon pose. Get your hands. Wiggle your right feet towards the left. Take the right feet behind the left wrist. Take your right knee down to the mat. Extend your back further. Then sink straight, flat back, front. Every breath in, more. Open your chest. Extend your back feet 6 inches back further. And then sink. Take your chest close to the ground. You can use your towel under your hips to push the hips a bit further. Absolutely no tension on your stretched leg, on your upper body. Everything is happening. Knees, thighs, hips. Surrender. Surrendering and taking your chest close to the mat. Two. Look up. Again, plant your hands, arms onto the mat. Tuck your back toe. Up. Very, very gently with control. Take your right feet back. Oh. To meet your left feet, you walk your dog. You can quickly take a child pose. Or maybe just take an angry cat. Maybe anything, very deep stretch on your body. Come back, come to down facing dog. Push the back against heels against the back. Control. First one, take your left leg up. Left leg come and between your palms. Drag me down. First one, just take a breath here. Align your body. Take your back feet further or front feet further. Down. Take your body to the limit, but don't hurt yourself. Be mindful of this best practice. Everybody is different and every day is different. In, out. First one, take your hands on your knees. Hold the palms on your knees, pushing your knees out. Extend. A bit more. In your hands, in the body, in the front, open the chest. Breathe in. Five. Extend your right hand, twist toward the left. Take your elbow outside, knees. Then twist. Just a bit more. Stretching. Lean forward. Down. Hold the palms on the mat. This time first you lift your right hand up. Twist. Right hand down. Lift up. Twist. This time take the left hand to the right side. The chest. Don't dump your weight on your hand. keep twisting a bit more, back. Time. Before you do, stretch your leg. Take your toes to the ceiling. Lean back a bit more. Flat palms. Forward. This time, take your right hand, left hand on the left knee. Open your knees wide. Push the knee. Then your hand, pushing your knee down towards your left side. And put it back. Come back. Turn both the hands between. Extend your feet. First one of this, get to your lizard. Taking your forward, sink, your head coming to the ground. Back feet is straight. Standing, chest, sinking down. Both the hands come back. This time take your towel to protect back knee. Bend your right knee. Bring your left hand out, hold the knees. Come back. Again, forward. Pulling this toes so that your heel is coming close to your hips. Looking forward. Come to pigeon. Hands inside. Take your feet. The left feet come behind your right wrist. Drop your knees down. Come to pigeon. Leaning forward. Down. Enjoy this pose. Sink your hips further. Lower back. Quads. Down to the mat. Up. Transition back into normal facing dog. Facing dog. Okay, dog. The control, come to a child pose. Down. Hips to your heels. Heels. And head to the ground. Just wiggle your hips, knees, release everything there. Up. Come to tabletop. Do a cat. Hold. Take your knees further down and then with control come to on the chest. On your chest, with the Cobra. First you come back in the Sphinx position. So both the palm, both the elbow flat. Lift. Now focus on our upper body, chest. Sphinx, keep your head up, extending your chest to the front. Pushing the mat from your toenails. Thighs are very strong, very firm. Just pinch up. Head down. First you take your hands next to your rib cage. Hands next to your rib cage. And then Cobra, a baby Cobra. So lift it up, but without dumping any weight whatsoever on the palms. Pick up to your navel. Hold for 10 breaths. Pushing the mat from your toes and from your hips. Move your hands from your mat. Down. Now just take the Cobra. Take your hand close to your shoulder. Bend your knees. Look forward on the chin. And then lift up to your navel. Sinking your hips down and lift your head. Navel's up, your elbows are close to your chest. Keep sinking. Your hands must be very light. Don't dump any weight on your hands. This time widen your leg. Knee back and distance apart. Hand close to your ears. Bend your knees. Both the toes are touching. Come to King Cobra. Lift your head up. Push your toes to your hips and hand. Go. Keep sinking your hips down. Bending your knees further. Open your shoulders, take your ears away from the shoulders. Down. Come to Makarasana. With the palms as a pillow. Take your face towards your right, left. Take your head to your left. Right. Let's come to Salavasana. Hands back to the hips. Chin on the chest. Clasp your hand behind you on the top of your butt. And then use your core to lift your upper body and use feet up, chest and upper body. Extend your feet back. Squeeze your butt. Lift your hands up. Take it down. Come to an angry cat. You lift your head, your body up. Cat. Touch your toes, all the toes. Then sit back on your toes. Take on your toes, sit on your toes. Push the weight on your toes, extend your knees further. Get into our dolphin. Like that. Extending your toes. Knees forward. Back. Then again come to, let's get to a dolphin. Sit on your Vajrasana. You sit on a Vajrasana by untucking your toes and side wide out. Measure both the hands, so therefore your elbows are just behind under a straight line to your shoulders. This position forward, take it to the front. Tuck dolphin pose. Extend your feet and you kind of make a triangle. Ensure that your feet is very firm and on the ground. Elbows are firm on the ground. Look towards your thumb. Keep looking towards your thumb. Lift up. Then lift your knees up. It can be here. If this, wherever it goes, the intention is to take your chest to the thumb. First, you lean back. Lift your hips up. Head close to the mat. Push the mat from your elbow. 3 rounds. Take to thumb. Back. Nose. Back. Keep pushing the mat from your elbow and your shoulders very, very firm to the chin. Back. In. Chest. Back. Head. Back. Nose. Back. Chin. Back. Chest. Back. Head. Back. Nose. Back. Chin. Back. Chest. Back. Down. Third pose. Two, 3, 4, 5. Control. Come to Vajrasana and then our closing sequence. Stretch your leg to go to Paschimottanasana. Wriggle, take any flesh out from the palms. The feet can be straight. First you come to Dandasana, hand by your hips, lift up, get down. So you kind of sitting in a very strong seated position. Hands up. Lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. Hold your toes. You need to bend your knees, do it. Again, open your chest and then sink. Pull the toes towards your face, push the mat and heels to an imaginary ball in the front. Your feet are very active, so you're pulling it, just ensure that your feet is one line, one active, and then move forward in 10 breaths. This is enough. Take your hand the top of your toes, pull. This is not enough, you can wrap it around. Bend your elbows forward. Every time breathe in, extend without bend. Sink more. Down, drop, and release. And the 6 inch behind your butt and your knees. Tabletop. Modified Purvottanasana. Tabletop. Okay, lift your hips up. Your hips, knees, and chest on one line. Head down, open. Keep lifting your hips up. Lifting your chest up. Go to the front. Again, take your hips down. Slide it forward, close to your knee, close to your heels, and without moving your hands. And you release hips to the ground, tailbone, lower back. Open your chest, take your head back. Open your chest, head back. Enjoy this beautiful stretch. Release any tension on the lower back, pushing it back to our shoulders. Keep sinking. Turn both the palms, fingers facing to the back of the room. Then stretch this hand to the back and then sinking. Then slowly go back completely on the mat. And release your hands. First one on this release is take your Pavana Your right knee towards your chest, left feet extended. And use to pull towards your abdomen, shoulders down, head open. Both the knees are straight. Trying to pull the knees close to your shoulder and take it out. Other leg, left leg, bended, shoulders down, out. Pull it further. Stretch your right leg further, left knee to the back. Lift your right leg up. Take your hands behind your thighs. Your toes is facing towards your face. Straight leg. Lift your head up. Take your fingers up, up, up. And hold towards your toes. And lift your face. The nose come towards your knees. Nose is bent. Keep pulling. Again, take it down. Other leg. Lift your left leg up. Put it out behind your thighs. Extend your right leg further. Lift your head up, chest up. Work your fingers to hold the ankles. Pull it towards the face. Or you hold your toes. Pushing the feet down and this leg up. Bring nose to the knees. In, down, down, move the legs back. And let your arms by the side. Bend both the knees. Do an eagle pose twist. First you take your right feet on top of left. Wrap it around. Wrap it around. After wrapping it around, bring the knees close to your chest and then take it towards your left. Look towards your right. Keep pushing the shoulders to the ground, the knees to the ground. Extend both hands flat. Twist a bit more. Surrender. Keep twisting, keep twisting. Let go of all the dead hard work. Getting back our alignment. Back to center. Feet. Put the knees up bend. This time with left feet. Top right. And then you bend it, wrapping it around. Wriggle, wriggle, wriggle. Wrap it around. Take it towards the chest and then take it towards the right. And then pull the knees down, shoulders down. Take your gaze towards the left side. Keep twisting, twisting, and take your shoulders melting on the ground. Head towards the left. And surrender, maybe when you loosen it up, it's so much easier and helps you to twist a bit more. Take your knees back, bring it to the mat, and then knees to your windmill, a windscreen. Take it to the right, take up, left, up, right. Both the knees to the mat, up, left, both the feet to the mat, up, one more, right, up, left, up, both the knees bent. Just take your face, go towards your right, up, left, up, one more. Release the tension on your neck, on your shoulders. Up. Now, put the knees to the chest. Last one, Uttasana. On your nose to knees. Rock and roll. Massage your lower back. Don't touch the back from your toes. Just intention using your core and your chest to rock and roll. Last one, and then bring it to the seated position. Okay, sit in your most comfortable position. Scan your body right from the toes to your head. Normalize your breath. Close your eyes. do our Kapalabhati today. Use your hand to get the sensation. Left hand on your chest, right hand on your belly. When you take the Kapalabhati, mindful that your chest and your left hand touch. The right hand is pushing the stomach and enjoying the sensation. Fire breath in. Last one. Start. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Start again. Start. In. Breathe out. Breathe in and start. Come to Chin Mudra. Breath. Let go of your Ujjayi breathing and come to a normal breath. To our closing mantras. To the chest, chin down. Om Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Mata Sarvam Pravarvate Dhimatva Bhajanti Mam Buddha Bhava Samarpita Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Vehe Vrindavanashwari Vishnuprano Sute Devi Hari Priye. Deep breath in and Om. Thank you to all our gurus, thank you to our parents, thank you to people who have influenced our lives. Thank you all for sharing this immense positive energy, sending our love, compassion, dedication, kindness, positive energy to the people who have been in touch with us. The one whom I have dedicated my practice to today. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Control, lie down on your mat for your closing Shavasana. Stretch your toes out. Your feet bent